All right. All right. So anyway, we're live, I guess. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but as I was saying, we have a great show scheduled tonight. I got Michael Wright and Dr. Ted Bowman, and they're going to be joining us shortly. So um, just stand by. But I've been doing a lot of flying, and I hope you guys have been too. Um, I was flying with Ken Huffbauer today, right here in St. Augustine, and we flew along the waterfront. Um, and we had a great time. I flew the Mavic Mini, and Ken flew his Air 2S. Uh, and we really had a great day flying. Um, so just bear with me. I'm just trying to send out one more invite, and that should be it. All right. So let me just welcome in a few people. I'm going to bring Michael right in, and we'll continue
Good.
where we left off. Sorry,
I'm here.
Mike. All
I'm
right,
here.
we're good. We're good now. We got
I'm
people in
good.
the chat. Let me welcome in TJ and Fly Guy Merrill, Johnny Drumflyer. Good to see you. Thank you for the heads up, Johnny. I was wondering. I thought we had some issues going on, and I'm sorry. I apologize to you, Michael. I
No,
hate
no problem.
hate it when issues like this happen. But Jose Mendez, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. But Michael, where were we? I know we were talking for a couple of minutes privately, and I thought it was public. But
Uh,
Michael is one of the great guys in YouTube in the drone community, and I don't just say because he's on the show. He knows that I mean it. But Michael, you come all the way from Texas, and we just had spin up down there, and you and I, you
right.
picked me up at the airport and brought me to spin up, which I appreciate.
Not a
But
problem.
I know I had a great time, and not because I won the drone. I just had a great time meeting everybody, and I
Right.
thought the whole event was great. What'd you think about it?
Oh, I thought it was wonderful. I won't miss it again. And I bet you won't miss another one either.
No, no,
You'll find a way to
no,
get
no.
there.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly. What did you think? What do you think was the best part of spin up?
I actually like Saturday better rather than the flying. Flying is fine. I like this camaraderie, the community. Really is.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
We get
That's what
in and
I
out
find.
all day long, basically, because you have your seminars, you get a break. Seminars, you get a break. And it's just a great community. It really is.
Yeah, yeah, it is, no doubt about it. Um, I find it interesting to hear everybody's drone stories or drone experiences, and
Hmm.
it's just fun. I learn, when I go to these things and I meet the different pilots, I learn from them.
Right.
I have a lot to learn. I'll be the first to admit it. But you're a pretty experienced pilot, in my opinion. You have quite a large fleet of drones.
Right.
But before we go into you talking about your experience with the Mavic 3, tell us about the drones that you've owned or you own now.
Well, like my first drone, I bought it in actually, yeah, I bought it in 2000 Thanksgiving 2013. Uh, it was a drone meetup. I mean, it was a RC meetup, swap meet that I went to, and my daughter decided it was a good deal to give my son-in-law, her husband, and me as well for Christmas an RC plane. So we got the same RC plane for the Christmas that week, and we started. Oh, it was good for bonding. So he ended up buying a unique. I had the Chroma Blade Chroma
Oh,
350QX,
Okay.
He was a competitor to the Phantom. They
Oh,
were
all right.
they were neck and neck, and Blade kind of went out of they stayed they're in the RC business, but they actually had the 350 was the same machine, and it was manufactured by Unique. And my son-in-law bought the Unique version of it, but it used the same type of controller. Everything's just a different name for Blade.
Okay.
Numerous people have had the Blade. Sean Oz, his first drone was a Blade.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think he had the QX2. They came out with 3 versions over a period of 2 years. And, after they came out with the Phantom 2, the DJI Blade Con just went by the wayside from the drone standpoint. But they're still very big in Hobby Town. Hobby Town is real big in RC, though. Cars, planes, RC planes, so forth. But my son-in-law, we felt like it was a good. We've been flying drones for several years. It's a good thing for us to do, to get together, to get to know each other and so forth. And
no, that's good. Yeah,
he ended up getting a job then, working 3 years ago, working with DJI. So that shows you how much he enjoyed it. He didn't fly as much now recreationally. He's got more. That's his job now. It's not as much fun as it used to be to him. But he still flies. He still likes to fly when we get the new drones in and go out. So
yeah. No, that's good.
But I feel great. I've got my second drone with the Mavic 1 when it came out. It took me. I ordered like November 1st. It came out like middle October, and it took 6 weeks for it to come in. They were only getting 2 or 3 a weekend from the Dallas DJI distributor, and mine came in on Christmas Eve at 2:00 in the afternoon. I remember driving 4 hours to Frisco in traffic. It took 4 hours. Normally, it take 35 minutes. It took me 4 hours to get there and 3 hours to get back. But I had the drone for Christmas Day.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that's the one I had. Mavic 1 had that for a couple of years till Mavic 2 came out.
Yeah.
I bought the Mavic 2, and I've since got the 2 years ago. I got the Phantom V4, the Phantom 4 V2.
I remember when you got that. I remember you talking about it.
Right. And then I got the Air, but then I sold the Air when I bought the Air 2S. And just like I got the Mavic 3, I sold my Mavic 2 Pro.
Okay. Yep. So what do you think about the Mavic 3 now that you've had it a while?
I love it. I do. This is a great machine. So far, it's my favorite machine. Haven't flown with it too much, but I plan to fly a lot more this weekend. I have had other besides DJI. I've had the Phoebe 2020. I'm selling it. I've sold has a Hudson Zeno. I've sold it. I've tried other drones besides DJI, but I keep going back to DJI because they work. Yeah.
Well, I know one thing. I love my Mavic 3. I do. I mean, I look at it. I get excited looking at it.
Right.
I have it right back here. Should I show it to you guys? But
Yeah.
it still has the bra on. And I thought this was a pretty unique setup too. I mean, it holds your props nice, and it protects your camera, obviously.
And it does go on and off real easy. In fact, I took your advice too. I saw you got the Apache Harbor Freight.
Oh, okay.
I bought one yesterday. I haven't cut the phone for it or anything like that, but I did buy the same one you got.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's one of those things where, I mean, I'm getting used to flying a drone.
Right.
I'm not completely. I don't feel confident yet, like I did with the Air 2S, but I'll get the confidence back.
It's not.
Hey, Michael, Fly Zone. Good to see you. And Bob Casey, welcome. Always good to see you. And John Bonifant, thank you for coming in the stream. I know Ted's been in the back room quite a while now, so I'm going to bring him out right now, and we'll all talk together. You don't mind, right?
No,
Michael?
not at all.
All right. I know he's got to be full on the shrimp, Hey, Dr. Ted.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Ted comes all the way to us from Idaho.
Boise, Idaho. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. And by the way, the lobster is marginal. You could do a little better job.
Okay, I'll tell the chef. You better get on the ball.
Yeah.
So, but it's good to see you, Ted. I know you about over a year now, I think.
I think that's
And
right.
you were one of the first guests that Johnny and I had on the Fly for Fun show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I found you to be very interesting. And you
Well,
and you and
some would
you
debate that, but it's all right.
no, you do a lot of flying out there in Idaho.
Yeah.
I've seen your channel. And before I forget, let me remind everybody in the chat, please check out everybody's channel, support each other. That's what it's all about. Because sometimes, and I'm guilty of it myself. You forget to watch certain channels, and next thing you know, you're even unsubscribed to it. However that happens. But
Yeah.
just support each other, and that's what it's all about. But Ted, I know that you have a fleet of drones also. You want to tell us about your drones?
Well, currently, I'm just a DJI guy. Some of you know that I do have a vision issue. And when I memorize the controller and all that stuff, that's really important for me. So my current drones are the Mini 2 and the Air 2S, and sitting in the background with batteries charging because it just arrived less than a day ago is my new 3. So I'm anxious to get that out and put it up in the air. I hear rave reviews. I went ahead and bought the Flymore combo package. I know a lot of you didn't, but it comes with a very unique and neat carrying case. Gosh, I think you could travel with this case. It's got so many secrets, and I don't know if any of you bought that or not, but I think it's a pretty good part of the investment. Yeah. So I'm anxious to fly that bugger. Yeah.
Well, there's no doubt you're going to love it, Ted. You really are.
Yeah, I'm hoping it lives up to all the expectations. So yeah,
Yeah,
sure it
you will.
Sure it will.
Now you were telling me that you had just been to Mexico on a little trip, and you had brought one of your drones there, and you had an issue, correct?
Yeah, I brought the Mini too, and we went to Puerto Vallarta. We have a little timeshare down there, and you couldn't fly it on the property according to the security, but I could go down to the beach and fly it. So I took it down to the beach, had filled up batteries, topped off batteries, and it just calibrated compass and IMU and all that stuff. And when I got down to the beach, it wouldn't take off.
Okay.
And the sun's so bright down there towards dusk, even at dusk, I couldn't read some of the information it was providing me. So when I got back to the room, I read the information, and it had some sort of a disclaimer or something about calibrate the compass again. So I tried to calibrate the compass, and I think I got it calibrated once. So I took it off the deck of our condo unit at about the 6th floor and flew it out of the condo unit, just trying to figure out what was wrong with it. And all of a sudden it said landing.
Okay.
And that bugger went straight down. I couldn't stop the landing. I tried everything I could think to do. And so here this thing is down 6 floors, and I don't know where the heck it is.
Oh, wow.
So I gave a guy $20 to go down and look into the jungle kind of around our place, and he couldn't find it.
Oh, wow.
So the next day, my wife's daughter and her fiance had the unit next to us, and he was looking over his balcony. He said, "Ted, I think that drone is down there." So it was down there. We set a guy down, and he retrieved it and brought it up. And by golly,
That's good.
it wouldn't.
That's good.
It would not. I couldn't calibrate it. I couldn't do anything. So it's on a journey to DC. To the repair shop. Yeah. So
yeah,
hopefully I'll get that back.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I'm glad to hear that DJ said send it in.
Yes.
That's great on
Yes,
DJI's part.
Yeah. I always buy the refresh package. I know it's spendy for the new 3, but I bought it anyway for a couple of years because I've had to use them 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. And I know, Michael, you have the insurance, right?
Right. I've used State Farm one at a
Right.
time.
How
And I've
spendy
renewed
is that?
twice. I'm sorry.
sorry. How spendy is that through your personal insurance?
State Farm puts out what's called, you don't have to have it. You can just get a personal articles policy, whether you have State Farm otherwise or not.
Uh-huh.
In most states, it varies the state. $75 a year.
Wow.
They replaced me. I had Mavic 1 that crashed 6 months after I had it, and or a year after I had it. It hit a tree, and when took it out of the tree, it fell, and it did $650 damage to the camera and the gimbal. I got it repaired within 48 hours. State Farm paid me off within 2 business days after that. Showed them the receipt. It was repaired. There's a lot of talk on the internet that people say that if State Farm pays it off, they won't renew it. They've renewed mine twice since then.
I'll be done.
And I've added the Phantom to it. I've got 2 drones on it right now. I need to
Okay, so it's,
Mavic 1 out and put on my Mavic 3. My Mavic
so
2.
you could add other drones to the policy.
Oh, yeah, it's a personal article. Now they may go up $10 a month. I mean, a year, from 75 to 85 because it's based on value. I think it's like $2,500 worth of personal articles. You could put jewelry on that, watches, whatever. It's personal articles that wouldn't be covered under homeowners. Let me fix my light real quick.
That's a lot cheaper.
No, that's good to know. Because I tried to. I know Ken Huckbauer and myself were talking about State Farm insurance,
Right.
and I decided that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to get a policy, and I tried to, but the agent was closed for the long weekend.
And you may find
weekend.
I found that in Texas too. Some agents in Texas said they don't cover it, but they don't know what they're talking about. It depends on the agent. They really should know about it.
Well, when I got
told that California State Farm will not cover any drones, period.
Oh, they won't? Oh, really?
And Florida, I believe, does. I don't know what other states do not.
I should check and see if my Farm Bureau insurance can put a rider on my policy. I got everything else with them.
Right.
Call them because I'm paying through the nose for this refresh package.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The 3.
That's why I paid $75. I got more than one drone covered.
Yeah.
Well, this is good information. There's no doubt about it, and I hope to get mine covered maybe tomorrow. That's for sure.
You're going to call State Farm?
I did. I called and spoke to an agent this morning just before Ken and I were going to fly. And the guy says, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, let me talk to the broker then. Well, she's not here. So I can look in for it. And he put me on hold. And after 2 minutes, I said, goodbye. I hung up and I took a chance and flew without it.
You may need to go through 2 or 3 agents in Florida to find out what they know what they're talking about. I mean,
okay.
I've heard that here in Texas, and I can refer people to my agent here in Texas. Anywhere in Texas, they give. They don't have to be located locally.
Oh, thinking about it, sure.
But I don't know any State Farm.
Did they make you bring in the drone and show it?
No, all I had to do was show the serial number. They wanted the serial number and the purchase receipt.
Because I could see people losing drones and then calling and getting the insurance. I could see that happening. I think it's called insurance fraud.
Yeah, they may request a picture of it now. They did when I first lined up my drones.
Yeah. Hi, Dennis. How you doing? Thank you for coming into the stream tonight.
Hey, a technical question. I only have a private chat going. What's up with that? I can't.
Private chat?
Really? I clicked on it and nothing happened.
I don't know. Oh, you got private chat clicked then. Just go under comments. Go up to the top comments.
Yes.
You can actually.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks.
You might have. Sometimes I have to use another device to put my comments in, but
that's what I have to do typically.
All right, here's Dennis. Dennis knows about this stuff, so let me put up his comment. Personal article floater. Yep. Then the insurance salesperson. That's what you need, right? Okay, thank you, Dennis. That's what sort of Michael just said too. Right. Yeah. But it's good to know that. It's good to know this information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't realize it was paying through the nose.
Yeah. So I know when Ken told me, he said he paid $80-something, if I remember right, for
Right.
his Mavic 3 coverage. So I says, it's a good deal. I'm going to definitely try it this time around.
Mhm.
I expect mine to go up a little bit. My first Mavic one, I paid $65 a year. Now it's $75. So
Yeah, right.
again, it'll probably
right.
be $85 by the time I get the Mavic 3 on it.
Okay. Yep. hmm
It's not that
Yeah,
much.
and I guess
for
it's
what it
based on
covers.
value, correct? Value?
Right. It's based on value. Yeah. It's replacement value.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And
Well,
it covers
I have to
flyaways,
say,
Ted.
I'm sorry.
It also covers flyaways. State Farm does.
right. That's what Kenny was telling me too.
I've had 2 of those, so interesting. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm going to check into it. I really am.
Water damage, it covers, whatever.
Water, even,
Oh, yeah.
because I flew one into Priest Lake one time, so I've got experience with all of those maladies.
Is the drone still at the bottom of the lake?
No, we were able to fish it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. Good. You got
It had
it
a
back.
little trouble flying after that. So yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing because we got a lot of expert flyers in the chat, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll try to answer them as best we can. I try to keep an eye on the chat as I talk to you guys, but it's harder than you think. Believe me, it is. And let me apologize to Jerry Bauer. I know I abruptly ended the other stream because I sort of got a little flustered. So I just ended it, started a new one. I figured that was the best way to go. So, but Ken and I, let me just tell you about Ken and I today. We flew here, and Ken is a very, very good pilot, And I'm not just trying to say this because Ken's in the chat right now, but he was up and he was out of here and he was flying. And I won't tell you how far he flew today. But he went far, let me tell you.
Was that with the 3?
No. He had the Air 2S up.
Oh, okay.
And I offered him to try to fly mine, but he declined. He passed. And but back to his flight. Right here in St. Augustine, the waterfront, there's a fort, a brick walled fort about a half a mile away. But Ken was down there within seconds. He was down flying close to that fort, and it's a no-fly zone. There is a geo fence up there, and you're not allowed to go beyond it. But he got some great shots. I reviewed my video. He reviewed his video, and his blew my video out of the water. But then Ken went over and he says, I'm flying to the ocean. And the ocean is like real far. And I'm watching him fly, and he's flying, and you just never know. Or at least I worry. When people go far, I worry that the drone's going to have issues. He had no issues whatsoever. He really didn't.
Cool.
But anyway, what's the farthest you've ever flown, Michael, if you want to share it?
Farthest I've flown, I think it was line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. That's a good answer. How about you, Ted? Have you flown any great distances?
Yeah. At Priest Lake, we're right on the waterfront, and that's our favorite place to be. And I've got some videos I put up about it. I think I made it 2.5 miles out over the water. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah. 2.5 miles with the Air 2S. Yeah.
That's far.
There's no buildings or obstructions. It's just open water, and you get a pretty good signal. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's a very successful flight.
Line
Book.
of sight for me is not very far. So I have to rely on my iPad and the good graces to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, Dre, welcome in. Thank you for coming in the stream.
Don't you think the FAA should take that line of sight regulation away?
They're working on it.
I think they are.
It's in the works right now.
Yeah.
They're doing studies on it. It's going to come eventually.
I think so too.
Soon, I think within a year.
Good.
Yeah, right, right.
Because,
Um,
I mean, we're all decent pilots and we adhere by the rules, but sometimes you just have to take it out there a little further than you might be able to see it.
Yeah, you say we, that's we and us as a community, but not everybody's that way.
That's right.
you're right. Absolutely right, Michael.
It's always
You
a
know?
few that spoil it, aren't there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Ted, have you had any interesting flights lately that you want to share? Or do you have any favorite locations where you like to fly in Idaho?
Well, as I mentioned, Priest Lake is one of my favorite places. It's I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but it's one of the sacred places on this planet, and especially in the state of Idaho. I'll be honest. I have a YouTube channel, and I enjoy putting content on it, but I struggle to think of things that others might find interesting. Locally, I think my favorite is probably somewhere near the Snake River. I don't hang out in that same spot that Marcus does, but there's a lot of photography opportunities out by the Snake River. I went out to Swan Dam one time here about 4 months ago and filmed that dam that was built in the 1920s, I think it was. Yeah, that was kind of fun. It was a fun flight. So there's a lot of opportunities here. We've gotten into side-by-siding, and so it's not a drone issue, but I take my GoPro, and we've seen some pretty scenic places in Idaho, and I put a few of those up on my YouTube channel. So it's all fun.
Well, I tell you, I really like the way you do your videos. I find them interesting. You know, you tell the stories, and I do. I do. Anybody who watched my videos know that I talk a lot. But Michael, what about you? What about Texas? Do you have some favorite locations in Texas? Maybe you can share some of those secret locations.
Yeah, I like to go down to the hill country, but around Dallas Fort Worth, I don't have any true favorite locations. It's all urban for the most part.
Yeah. Okay.
I did fly down at near downtown Dallas last week. I'm gonna put some
downtown Dallas.
Well, that's cool.
Right near there at a couple places, Trammell Crow Park, which is the river bottom and just south of downtown.
And you posted it?
And I'm gonna post it. I haven't yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I really would.
I tried some of the Zoom features too, like on the Reunion Tower. There's 7 different zooms to show as it zooms in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post those.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I found that location right at Spin Up to be a great place to fly. I enjoyed flying there.
I typically go local parks around here is what I normally go, or some of the local lakes.
Okay.
It's been the same thing again, basically. In this area, it's not like it is near New Braunfels where I've flown down with Kai and.
Well, you go to the monthly meetups, right? That Kai
I've been down there. I think 3 times I've been down there, and
which is another great thing.
It's a it's a 3.5 hour drive, but I still enjoy it. So
how far is it?
3.5 hours.
Oh, it is quite a ways for you. Yeah.
But when I plan on moving down there, it's only 22 miles away from a new land. So
yeah, right, right, exactly.
Speaking of videos, I had an interesting thing happen. About a year ago, I went out here in the desert about 30 miles to the east of Boise. And I went out and shot a video of the Oregon Trail. You can still see the ruts in the dirt and all that stuff. So, and they have a visitor center out there. So I posted a video of that flight over the Oregon Trail. And about 3 months later, I started getting thank yous from students, grade school students who were studying. Apparently their teacher had found my video, my silly little video, and showed it in their classroom. And all of a sudden I get these kids, probably half a dozen at least, thanking me for posting the video and telling me how it added to their study of the Oregon Trail. So that was kind of fun. That was great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think it's great.
Yeah, me too. I like that. That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't think any of my videos have been shown in any classrooms.
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
That was
And
pretty.
you know, I have a focus now too on the show, and that's to try to get children involved with drones. You know,
Mhm.
and I put out some feelers, you know, to different teachers that I know that, you know, if you want, I'll come and demonstrate flying the drone for your class. And they're supposedly trying to obtain permission. You know, it's all about liability these days, and you know, they got to make sure that they can get the permission from the principal and the school board, etc. You know,
Mhm.
but you guys are familiar with drone obsessed Jerry, right? The
Yeah, Jerry. In
teacher.
fact, Jerry's only 30 miles from me. He's
Okay,
down
so
the
you
steep.
know him fairly
I know
well then.
Jerry, yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Ted, I don't know if you know him. He's a teacher, and he
Yeah.
started with a drone club at his school, and they actually ended up encompassing it in the curriculum. And he does that now. Teaches
Hospital.
drones full time.
Right.
Isn't that great? That's
Mhm.
great. Keeps the kids off the street and gives them something interesting to do and a challenge. I think that's super.
Exactly.
Exactly.
My neighbor saw me fly my drone, and he's got two grandkids. And the other day, a couple months ago, I was out flying, and he brought his grandkids over, and I taught them how to fly. And he had a drone next week, and all the grandkids are getting them for Christmas. So that's another, spread the word.
That's good. That's great. You know there's going to be a lot of drones given as Christmas presents. You know.
That's right.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of children, kids, and adults that receive them under the Christmas tree, you know, and they'll be flying them Christmas Day, the day after Christmas. As much as I hate to say it, there'll be a few lost drones too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, sure there will.
A lot of flyaways.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but I know when I received my Mavic Mini, you know, Santa brought it to me, and I ended up having to wait 2 weeks to fly it because there was a flight restriction in my area, temporary flight restriction, TFR,
What?
2 weeks.
and then I couldn't wait the 2 weeks, so I drove 50 miles to get out of it, and I went out there Lake Okeechobee and flew out there.
Right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Michael, I know you're coming to the South Florida drone meetup.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Yep.
And you're coming with Johnny.
I'm coming with Johnny. I think I'm gonna drive to Johnny's the day before, and then we'll head out there on Friday. I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a 19-hour drive. If I would have drive straight through.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll take me 7 hours to get to Johnny's, and then another 11 hours, I think, from his place.
That's a schlep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a schlep.
But it's going to be worth it, right, Mike? You had a great time last year.
That's right. And like I said, I plan on retiring here March 1st, so a month after retirement, I'll have time to get out and ride with Johnny. You know,
You'll have plenty of time on your hands.
Flying, right?
Congratulations.
I'm looking forward to it, Dad. I really am.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
I've been retired 19 years now, and it's even though I loved what I did, it's the best time of my life. It's great.
Well, my wife was involved in what you did. She was a nurse for GI nurse for 32 years.
Yeah.
You know, at a local hospital here.
Wonderful.
Methodist Hospital in Bedford.
Perfect.
And how long did you say you retired, Dr. Ted?
19 years. I retired at age 60. I had heart issues, and I got my first visual issue on my left eye. So they wanted me to retire for liability reasons. And so I retired at age 60. But I still work. I still do expert witness work and peer review for hospitals.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it. Keeps my brain hopefully working right. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's great, actually. I know one thing. I love being retired. You know, I retired in 2003. I got a little bored, went back to work for a short period of time, and retired again. but now I'm a 70-year-old YouTuber.
Nothing better than that.
And I fly drones too.
Yeah, I retired in 03 as well. Yeah. 03.
Yeah. Okay. I know time flies. It really does. And you're going to be saying the same thing, Mike.
Oh, Mike, you're going to love it.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I am.
You will.
What do you
telling
do now, Mike? I forgot.
I'm an architect. I've had my own business 38 years.
Good.
And,
Were you able to sell the business, or how'd that work?
I've got employees been with 21 years. He's going to take over the residential portion of it, and I'm still going to do some follow up on some of the commercial. I do a lot of doctors' offices, office parks.
Oh, do you? Cool.
Standing dental offices, all types of medical.
Sure.
And I have probably 15 buildings to do over the next 5 or 6 years. That in various office parks, I've already designed the base 2 or 3 buildings of them, but there'll be multiple more buildings similar in character. So I'll have people to draw those for me.
Good.
Some residual income.
Have you ever done a gastroenterologist office?
Oh, no, I've designed a few. I turned a Wendy's into one. A Wendy's restaurant, the GI doctor.
Yeah. Wow.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, my wife was involved in GI for since we got married. Since 79, got married in 81. And I remember her getting up in the middle of the night numerous times. The kids, lost a swallowed a nickel.
Oh, sure.
And the young doctor, he was young at the time, he's retired by now, but he wasn't going to give up. So.
Yeah.
Don't talk about that nickel. So.
Interesting life. An expensive way to retrieve a nickel, I'll tell you.
Yeah. No, she's talking about all cleaning the scopes and all that. I mean, none of that phases me at all.
One of my most difficult foreign bodies. Sorry, I'll get back on track.
Subject, but yeah,
was a Reach toothbrush, and this girl swallowed it. She was pissed off at her parents. Swallowed this toothbrush.
Yeah.
And I could go down and see the reach on the toothbrush every time I went down. So I snagged it and I could get it right to here. But I was afraid of perforating the upper esophagus if I yanked it out. So an anesthesiologist came in, and with forceps, he could carefully grab it. But I think I was 4 hours down in that girl's stomach trying to get the toothbrush out.
Well, there's other options or different objects I've been told about that I don't want to discuss publicly too.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, from both ends.
There was a guy that put a vibrator up his behind.
Okay,
and
okay, here we go.
Yeah, I would have bring it up.
I asked him if he wanted me to remove it or change the batteries.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Anyway, sorry, guys.
No, I know. I've heard those. All of those.
We didn't think we were going to hear that tonight. That's for sure.
You didn't expect it, right?
Anyway.
So anyway, yeah.
So
That's
let me ask you something while I've got you guys on. I can look it up and I can watch a YouTube because it's hard for me to read them. But where do I hook the wire from the hot wire from my iPad to this drone? Usually, I used to stick it in here, right? Yeah. Where is it now? In the back?
In spot. No, you need a longer cable.
Yeah, you need a longer.
You need a 12-inch cable.
Where's the connection? Here?
It's in the top there. There's the USB.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same as.
I don't see it. Huh.
There's one's a dummy plug and the other one is a wired plug.
Okay, but it's still in this area right here.
It's right in there.
Yes.
Just replace that cable that's in there with a 12-inch
the one
cable.
on the left.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. Great, thanks.
Yeah.
And
I like using.
Don't get an off-brand cable because they don't always work for data.
I like using my iPad Mini. That's what I fly with most of the time.
Yeah.
I just find the bigger screen better for me.
Yeah.
That's what I've used for the last 5 years is iPad Mini until I got the Triple Tech. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like that, right, Mike?
I like that because of the heat. The iPad Mini would heat up in the Texas heat and just blank out.
Right. Yeah. Hey, DeMarco, how you doing? Thank you for coming in.
Hey, there's our bud.
Good to see you. Chris, hey, Chris, Sunrise Water Meter. Good to see you. I tell you, we got a good crowd in the house. Thank you all for coming in.
Great.
They knew that you guys were going to be on. I'm sure they saw my Facebook post, and they're here to support you. Thank you very much. So do you guys have any, destinations you would like to go to and fly someday? Mike, we'll start with you.
Realistically, realistically, I want to fly to Snake River Canyon out there with Marcus one of these days. But
And Ted.
and
Ted
Dr.
flies
Ted
there.
want to come
Yeah.
out there too one of these
Yeah.
days. I'd love to be
Okay.
able to fly the castles in the Black Forest in Germany, but that's probably not going to happen. So
Yeah. I know the Snake River Canyon's on my list too. I really would love to fly out there. But Dr. Ted, what about you? What would be a dream location for you in your future, maybe?
Good question. Well, I've never been able to fly Mexico, so that's still on my bucket list. Hopefully, I'll have a drone down there that'll function. I'm probably not going, but probably somewhere in Switzerland would be on my bucket list. Probably won't happen, but I think that the Alps and flying around that country. I forget the name of the YouTuber that is over in that country, and his photos that he captured, just beautiful. Can't think of his name. Yeah. Yeah. But in the U.S., one of my favorite parts of the world is Yellowstone. And I know you'd have to get special permission from the Park Service to fly there, but I think that can be arranged. And I may take the RV over there and see if I can't fly Yellowstone. That's just, have you ever been there? Either of you?
I have not.
No,
I did see that
I
you're
haven't.
not, but what, 3.5 hour drive?
From where?
5 hour drive from Yellowstone?
Yes.
About 5 hours? Something like that?
No, it's about 5 to 6, actually.
Oh, 5 to 6. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not far. It's not far.
Right.
It's easy.
That would be a great location to fly. No doubt about it.
Yeah, yeah. You got
Ray, you haven't told us where you'd like to fly. I know how you started, but where would you like to fly at?
Ray.
You're talking to me?
Yes, I've never heard what you said.
Well, my favorite. Well, I plan on going to Ireland and England in 2023. So
yeah.
they're going to be on my list, and I'll be bringing the drone when I do go.
Which drone will you take?
Yeah, I'll probably take the Mini because I understand there's no sort of less flight restrictions under the 249 gram weight limit over there. That's the way I understand it at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be the Mini 4?
I think, yeah. Well, hopefully the Mini 3 comes out one of these days, you know. But I know Chuck from Covaxion said all you got to do is apply for a permit, and it's very easy to get, and then you can fly anywhere in Europe. So that's the way I understand it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome. I really, the coast. Wow. Beautiful country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one of those things where I've been there twice now. Ireland, I love it. Beautiful. I think it's beautiful. My wife and I went to England, and we loved it there also, you know. And I don't know if you guys know this little fact, but, you know, everybody talks about the canals in Venice, Italy. You know, they got all those canals.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But Birmingham, England, has more canals than Venice.
Mm.
And we ended up taking a little river. They call them longboats. A river cruise. It was only like an hour long boat ride, really, but it was interesting. It was cool, you know. And then I look forward to going back to Spin Up again next year. I'm sure it'll be in Texas, right, Mike?
Oh, I imagine it will be. Yeah.
I'm going to try to make that next year. I really am. Yeah. My wife wants to go.
Yep.
Well, I want to give you your personal invitation to come to the South Florida Drone Meetup, Dr. Ted.
Long way away, bud.
April 2nd, man. You got to start making plans.
It's 4 months.
Michael booked his room already.
I already booked my room, yeah. I don't normally fly, but I'm driving this time, so.
Yeah. And
3-hour flight for you, Ted.
Yeah. You're right. It's not that far to plane, but air travel isn't what it used to be. Don't you agree? It's
yeah. I mean, you got to get to the airport an hour and a half ahead of time, go through security, you know, but it's still a lot better than driving as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How you doing, Mike Crumpley? Thank you for coming in.
Yeah. How many you got in the chat, bud?
Yeah, I can't see the number, the total number.
This 20 is what I've shown on my screen.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's a nice group.
And I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys, taking the time out of your busy schedules to come on. This is sort of a warm-up show for the World Drone Community, which comes on at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Robbie and Al, they have a great show there.
Right.
And then you got the grumpy vlogger at 8,
Yeah.
Lloyd, and then you got the Drone Nation with Ron and Marcus at 9. Monday nights is a busy night, and they're all
It is.
starting to become very busy.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a time slot
Right.
without conflicting with somebody.
And Sean used to have his at 10. Eastern
Yeah,
time.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
But I got to give Johnny a lot of credit because he asked me to give him a list of some of the drone shows that I knew about, the live stream. So I did. I compiled the list, and he compiled his own list, and we came up with that drone live stream guide, and he computerized it, and I think it's a great thing that he did.
I do too.
I have it right above my computer in my office, and I can tell you exactly when and who's on.
And I've given it out to some.
If you don't have a copy of it, you can contact Johnny or contact me, and I'll contact Johnny, and he'll get it to you.
All right. Yeah.
You
Please send it to me, Ray. Yeah.
But all right, I will. I'll email it to you.
Okay.
But I know I put up a tease, and I don't mean it to be a tease when I say we're doing a giveaway this month. We're going to give away a Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly hat. I see that Michael has one already. So we're going to give it away at the end of the month, and it's going to be from the not a very sophisticated system how we're going to do it. It's basically the first one that's going to guess the correct color, their name will go in the hat for the drawing. So pick a color, and if I see that it's the right color, I'm going to write your name next to it. Any color under the rainbow.
Cool.
So, and that wasn't green, Paulie. Sorry.
Green.
Blue.
Aqua. It's not gonna be aqua.
Well, aqua's very close, so I'm gonna consider that blue. So there's Mr. Crowley. He got blue, and John Bonifant. But aqua is a shade of blue, so we're gonna give it to blue. All right. We're gonna give it to Chris. His name's gonna go in the hat, and hopefully, some lucky one is gonna get an Adventures in Fishing cap at the end of the month, which is today. Today's the last day, so next week we'll draw for that. But first, let me just thank everybody for coming in again. Good to see you, Sean and Paulie. And I want to thank Michael Wright and Dr. Ted for coming on the show. I'm sure everybody found them very interesting. But if you guys want to say your closing thoughts, and then you can just stick around for the after party, as they say, we'll close out the show so we don't go into Drone Community's time.
So, Ray,
Michael, you want to start?
Yeah, Ray, I appreciate having me on. I really enjoyed it. Had a great time. So,
Thank you. Thank you for being on. Dr.
Lots of
Ted?
fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show as well. It was kind of interesting getting lined up to make it all work, the technology. But now I can't wait to go out and put the 3 up in the air. So we'll talk again later.
Okay, good. And everybody in the chat, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much. Get out there, fly your drones, fly for fun, as we say, and most importantly, fly safely. So we'll see you again next time. And good night, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.